to something that I've kind of been following as I get more into the esports scene and all of the competitive games. So Dota's 2, World Championship, International 10 just got or it was just announced that they're pretty much leaving Stockholm. They're not going to be hosting their World Championships. They're in Stockholm, Sweden, this August because Sweden was not willing to open up their COVID restrictions. I think that's something huge. There's been a lot of backlash, especially from Sweden. Um, the Swedish teams that are trying to play for the International 10, or, trying to be on the road to it. What do you guys feel about that? And especially, kind of the narrative of how is COVID still affecting, these tournaments and
I
potentially
mean,
how much longer is it going to?
hey, look, right now with COVID anyway, we all see. I don't even blame Sweden for not wanting to open up. Yeah, they take a hit for it, but that's whatever. If I was them, I'd rather take a hit than put people in danger and shit like that. Because look what's happening to Japan. You know what I'm saying? Japan got hit really hard with COVID recently. Um, but besides that,
Fair enough.
my big opinion on it is, again, if Sweden doesn't want to open the gate for it, hey, don't fucking do it. Like, as much as people don't want to do it, there's always online tournaments that they could be in, or they
All
could
right.
host themselves and stuff like that. But
World Championship
hey,
different.
hey, listen. But besides that, I mean, with a lot of, don't get me wrong, a lot of COVID cases have been, on the tumble and stuff like that, and it'd be
Yeah.
real nice to go into a facility, look my opponent in the face after I killed them, and bag the shit out of them.
What? He's like,
But
I did that.
yeah, I did that, and then
Notice how
but
he's the one always doing the killing and not the one dying. I just want to, point
hey,
that out.
but no, but not again with something like that, they can always have another fucking tournament and they could be in it
Yeah.
and shit like that. But it's just crazy how much this virus has actually impacted us in most way more than others, I want to say. But hey,
I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I just, you know, I think it's a L for, Sweden in general, but at the end of the day, they have to, protect theirs, as we like to say. They're taking huge precautions, but I think that this is something that, should have potentially been talked about months in advance. What can we do to get our teams there? Kind of like with Valorant, a few weeks ago. Hell, their players were legit quarantining in a hotel, and they had, the training offices or the offices with computers for training, leading up during
mm,
their 2 weeks of quarantine. But could Sweden do something like that? They could have, but I wonder if there was more to play. I know I've seen a lot about potential teams getting visas and that being on a time delay. Um, but I but it more or less revolves a lot around COVID and the COVID policies. Um, and Valve probably just didn't want to have a tournament in front of 1,000 people when they are expecting 5 or 10,000. Or especially how many people are going to come out and be at the stalls before the games, or how many people are going to come out and try to get signatures from players.
yeah.
Um, things just along those basic lines. Hopefully that this doesn't affect more tournaments to come.
I
I don't know. I
mean,
feel like we're in the very decline. We're heading towards the decline of the virus. Hopefully, no freaky strain comes out of it and whatnot, which could fuck us all over. But you know, um, I'm glad because I know here in Maryland that we have seen like two tournaments being placed at two different locations. Um, honestly, I was almost tempted to go.
Wow,
But huh?
tempted. But you
Yeah,
didn't. He was
yeah.
afraid, guys. No big deal. He said,
No,
"COVID's real. Got to stay home."
I'm a homebody anyway, so like, I
Oh,
don't give a fuck. But no, I just just the whole thing of things are opening up. It's looking really really good for us. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
That
Especially now that with quarantine, there was like a booming surge of fucking streamers and people